It's to 14 a.m. somewhere in a server farm, a process initiates and completes entirely without human intervention. No notifications, no alerts, just a quiet hum of data being processed. The work is done. Not by an overnight employee, not by an outsourced team, but by an automated AI system running in the background. By the time morning comes, the work is already there, waiting. Deadlines are met, just like always. On the surface, nothing has changed, but behind the scenes, a revolution has taken place. This is the story of how one AI workflow quietly replaced 40 hours of work every single week. Let's be honest about what daily work feels like for most of us. It's a constant stream of interruptions. Emails dinging, dozens of tabs open, dashboards needing a refresh, and notifications popping up everywhere. We spend our days switching between tasks, and that mental fatigue builds up quietly, draining us bit by bit. A huge part of this fatigue comes from repetitive tasks. Writing similar content over and over, formatting documents again and again. Manually uploading files, then renaming and organizing them endlessly. These tasks are simple but utterly exhausting. They require no creativity, no deep thinking, and they drain our energy without moving the needle forward. They make us feel productive, but the progress isn't meaningful. We fall into the illusion of being busy. We start believing that long hours equal results. Being busy becomes the norm, and we measure our productivity by the time we spend at our desks, not by the value we create. But what's the real cost of all this repetition? For one company, it was 40 hours every week. That's an entire full-time employee's worth of time lost. With it went focus, creative ideas got postponed, and long-term goals were constantly delayed. This leads to burnout, but not the dramatic kind you see in movies. It's a quiet, creeping burnout. It's just constant tiredness. Motivation drops so gradually you barely notice, until one day, every task feels 100 pounds heavier. When faced with this feeling, what's the most common solution? Work harder, download another productivity app. Wake up earlier, just push through the exhaustion. But what if the problem isn't our effort? What if we're asking the wrong question? Maybe the question isn't how can I do this repetitive work faster? But should humans be doing this repetitive work at all? This brings us to a key realization. AI isn't here to replace our ability to think, it's here to replace repetition. Its true power lies in taking over the boring, predictable processes, freeing us up to focus on what humans do best, making decisions, being creative, and steering the ship. The shift in thinking is to stop seeing AI as just a single tool like a better hammer. Instead, we need to start building systems. We need to think in workflows, not individual tasks. So, what is a workflow? Really, it's a chain reaction. One single trigger starts the whole thing. Multiple steps are then handled automatically, one after the other. And at the end, you get one clean, finished output. Let's walk through how this 40-hour work week disappeared. It all starts with a trigger moment. An idea is written down, maybe just a few sentences in a notes app like Notion or Obsidian. This simple act of saving a note is the input that activates the entire system. First, an AI like ChatGPT or Claude takes that raw idea and expands it. The raw notes become a structured outline. Then, the outline is fleshed out into full content. The struggle of the blank page is gone. The endless loops of rewriting and second-guessing simply vanish. Next, the AI refines the output. It cleans up the language, adjusts the tone to sound natural and human, and improves the overall flow. You could even use a tool like Grammarly integrated into the process to ensure everything is polished and professional. Once the content is ready, automation takes control. A tool like Zapier or Make.com steps in. It automatically saves the finished document. It applies the correct file name based on a predefined system. It organizes it into the right folder in Google Drive or Dropbox. There is zero manual file handling, and then the system pauses. The workflow goes quiet, waiting for the next idea, the next trigger. No one needs to monitor it. No one needs to check on it. It's just ready. This is why, from the outside, nothing looks different. Content still gets published. Deadlines are still met. There's no visible sign of automation, just less effort, less stress. The invisible win here is massive. Workdays suddenly feel lighter. Stress levels drop. You have more control over your time. 1 month after implementing this, the results were staggering. Output actually increased while work hours decreased. Energy levels went up, and creativity, which had been smothered by busy work, finally returned. So where did those 40 hours go? They were reinvested into strategy instead of busy work, into deep thinking instead of reacting to notifications, and into guilt-free rest, which is just as important. The most common mistake people make with AI is automating single, isolated tasks. They use one tool to write an email, another to schedule a post, but they never connect them. The real magic happens when you build a workflow. Tasks save you minutes, workflows save you weeks. These systems compound their value over time, so why do most people stop early? They assume automation is too complex, that it's only for developers or tech experts. They try one thing, it doesn't work perfectly, and they give up. But the quiet advantage of a good workflow is that it doesn't announce itself. It just silently removes friction from your day, making progress feel effortless. This creates two types of workers in the modern world: the busy worker and the automated worker. Both look productive on the surface, but only one of them can truly scale their impact without scaling their hours. We need to let machines do what they do best, repeat tasks perfectly, forever. And we need to focus on what humans do best: imagine, strategize, and decide. The future of work isn't about more hustle. It's about less noise, fewer interruptions, and more intentional, high-value output. Work doesn't have to be exhausting. The systems you build matter far more than the effort you exert. And once you understand how quiet automation can change everything, it's a realization you can't ignore. If you're curious about the specific tools and workflows used to build systems like this, I've linked them down in the description. They aren't required, but they are incredibly powerful. Thanks for watching. And subscribe to Systems That Whisper for more helpful videos like this.